I am totally. I have an entire walk-in scene that
So
I'm
do I.
imagining.
Let's
Just
go.
like I don't know, and for some reason,
Oh, shit.
it's not Diablo 2. Don't even know what Diablo 2 cutscenes even look like, but it's like of the
Awesome.
same similar style. It's like the middle of the night, you're the graphics aren't amazing and yet they're still really good.
You can still see everything.
Yeah. And it's like it's just that opening scene at the start of the game where the character is walking through the door. You can hear the music from outside, but it's
The
that it's that
floorboard is creaking.
You can see the director's name in the bottom left of the screen.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
got
and
you.
it's opera music too going on. That's what
Yeah.
you're hearing. The door opens.
It's the beginning of Assassin's Creed. What is?
Yes, this is the beginning of Assassin's Creed.
It's literally the beginning of Assassin's Creed, but you're wearing like a black hood. You're like walking through. Oh my god! No, it actually is.
It
That's great.
is. This is the beginning of Assassin's Creed. That's what it is.
Bro, yeah.
Just
Nice.
walking in.
But there's also this vibe of like an arts college on top of it. Like there's like people like rehearsing lines and singing and playing like
Oh,
yeah.
So it's Assassin's Creed 2.
It's Assassin's Creed. I mean,
It's Assassin's Creed 2 because we're in Italy. Got
yes.
okay.
Got it.
I thought we're in Australia. No,
No.
We're in the city of Salt right now. But for the demonstration of the narrative, we're in Italy, so there's a bunch of artsy things around during the Renaissance.
Ah,
It's just,
But it's still Assassin's Creed.
it's Assassin's Creed.
Hell yeah.
Very classy.
Very classy.
Very
A group
much
of choir dogs barking in the corner.
My only walk up scene is I was probably just given a piece of paper with an address on it, knowing Orcafor, and probably a couple lines. I probably just walk up and I'm like, is this the right address? I don't know. I don't know where I'm at. It's like, so he has to just walk into every business on the street. Like, is this the right place? Is this the right place?
Meanwhile, carting along this Warforged.
Yeah.
Okay, we need a description of Phyllis, more specifically.
Okay.
And then we need a description of Ferrum, and also what he sounds like as he trails behind you.
Fellis is a little boy, like literally he's a small child. He's like 10 years old. He has like kind of spiky, kind of like dirty, not really like cleaned out blonde hair, and he's kind of just walking around with this staff that has a lamp on it.
Okay.
And he's wearing like wizard clothing and
he's elf. So okay.
Yeah, he has like a.
Okay, so you're as a high elf, your ears point well above your head.
Yes, hell yeah, let's go.
But I do imagine one of your ears is clipped.
Yep.
To signify you're a bastard.
Yep.
Fair. Like it's just part of the culture there. So people don't, and elves are fucking rare. So most people like see you with this one spike ear, just like what the fuck.
I probably have a couple of earrings, and then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I definitely have slave earrings for sure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yep, blue, and then he has like these blue eyes that are just like hello.
With this weird lantern staff. Okay.
Yeah. He just,
what does he wear color wise?
Purple. probably a lot of purples. Like purple hood. He's wearing like a satchel right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He just looks like a small child wearing wizard robes.
You said you had a shit ton of magic items. Do any of them like stand out? Like, is there?
One of them is a bag of holding. So
the bag of holdings can be whatever you want in this world.
Yeah, so. It looks like a satchel, so all my shit is inside of it.
Okay,
so I'm wearing like a cool necklace.
Okay.
I probably have this cool, like a religious censer, like
the
Catholic censer. He probably has one of those hanging on his belt. That's pretty much about it.
It's like almost as big as you.
Yeah, exactly.
Those things aren't teeny.
No, they're big. It's big.
This is like this 10-pound thing hanging off your belt.
Yeah.
Okay. And then behind him, how big is this Warforged? What does he look like? Is he made out of metal, stone, wood?
Pretty much just metal. I'm gonna post it pretty quick.
Oh.
Something like that. Hallmark features that he's a walking metal man, has an enormous fucking dual shield, and an enormous fucking sword as well. And as for how he moves, I thought it would have been funny if he just kind of floats a tiny little bit off the ground.
How,
If you're
though?
okay with that,
How?
boosters.
How?
Magic fuckery.
What magic item are you using to do this?
Let me get to the list.
Like, that's where my brain is. I'm fine if we want to skin something to that idea. Like, okay, for example, yesterday in my Friday game, we have someone playing a satyr who has asked the DM, he's like, well, there's Zephyr, the Zephyr horseshoes. I'm a satyr. Can I just wear 2 of them instead of 4 of them and get the benefits of the Zephyr shoes? See, like something like that is where my brain is going. So like I have a place to place it, so it's not just there's some balance to it, I guess.
The
Um,
the completely uncommon boots of
Damn, you look
minor
sick,
levitation.
You know what? Winged boots. Why not?
You look like you should not be following me. Actually, you look like you kind of should be following me. Actually, like a construct.
Kinda, yeah.
he does not look like he's from this world
No.
either.
He looks
Like
like
you
he
two
belongs
are
on
completely out of the fucking wrong. Okay. So
He looks like
my
he belongs
brain-
in a Dark Souls game.
It is
my brain wondering why we're in the
Actually,
animal
Dark
world.
Souls
But damn it.
We're in the animal world because it's funny.
boss. We definitely look like a Dark Souls boss right now.
Okay.
well, we're twin boss.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All
Dear
right.
brother, it is not yet time to die.
Rise, if you would.
Okay, so
He has boots of flying now.
Boots of pathetic levitation. You can levitate, but only like an inch off the ground, and it doesn't save you from falling.
Pretty much, yeah. Like it doesn't work as
well,
flying
do remember
mechanics.
you only can be attuned to 3 things at a time. So
I know. The way I was thinking, it wouldn't work like anything mechanically, right? Just like half an inch off the ground or something like that. Just for the visuals.
It's basically a parlor trick.
Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
And he's constantly running after this small child who's just walking around, asking here and there, is this the right place? Is this the right place? Is this the right place?
Is
And
this
he's
the right
just
place?
trailing behind like
Is this the right place?
small
Is this the right
child.
place?
Wait.
When at the bottom of your paper the directions clearly say look for the colored windows.
It says colored windows, but all of these windows are colored. They're all filthy.
That is illogical.
Okay.
And does he eventually finds colored windows and just walks in like, hello?
It's this awkward like side door that leads into this expansive like audience chamber is dug into the ground. Goes down multiple levels and you're like up at the top of this like arena almost. Your voice echoes downwards.
Orcafor did say it was spectacular.
Down on one of the rows you see a couple kids rehearsing. Another row there's a musician using part of the audience to just practice. There's not a main performance going on right now. It's like mid-morning.
Come now, slave. We must go downstairs.
A couple of the Sinis who are very free folk look at you like what is it like? One of
I
them,
just
one of them mutters in the language none of you understand. Like, like, are slaves allowed in here?
Which
The
language?
slaves allowed in here.
You guys are sent to meet a representative of who? What are we playing with here again?
It's between the 5th and 11th house.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Anton, right?
Anton. All right. So yeah, you are presuming what little you know about Anton. It's going to be someone that looks like they're from a steampunk world, because Anton has that heavy influence. But and you're supposed to meet them in the uh Las Romeo D100.
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
shit. D37.
No, we're relatively close to the stage. You're supposed to meet them in the 8th row.
We go down to the 8th row. I have a ticket. I imagine I probably have a ticket. Yeah,
Yeah, you have a ticket.
I have a ticket. I have 2 tickets. One for me
No,
and one for my construct.
yep, no one else is there other than a dwarf sitting in one of the mid. Well, where? How far into the row is your character, Lust? And why don't you give us a brief description of Gravuld?
Okay. So Garuld is a dwarf. And he is like the most like when you think dwarf, this is dwarf. He's got he stands at 4'6", burly looking motherfucker. He's got, the shoulder length black hair with beard that's all done up dwarven in a dwarven style. Not typical dwarven style of the area. It's of a different the style is of a different culture.
It's very short. It's very short. Like you're not the dwarves you guys grew up with. Very short.
Did you say how tall are you?
4'6".
Or 6? Okay, bro. We're probably like the same size.
Uh, I mean, you might be the same height, but in body
The same
mass,
height, but you're big as fuck. But I
yeah,
am like the same height as you. I'm just like this small child.
There's a weird bell that goes off, and there's like some scene changes going on as you guys get to this for like getting ready for some rehearsal for some play.
he's also he's wearing only he's wearing a sleeveless cloak. So it has holes for his arms to go through. And on his arms are both of his arms are these tattoos. On the left arm, there's this uh, tattoo that kind of snakes its way around towards his hand with a clawed hand on it, the tattoo itself, and the other arm is has symbols of fire, lightning, ice on it, just like a sleeve tattoo on his forearm. And his face is very, very gruff, very stern. Like you look at it and you already know this man has seen decades and decades of fighting. This man has seen some shit. And he's not even paying attention to the other liaison that he's with. He's just or even what's going on stage. His hands are just kind of uh semi clasped in front of him as he's just kind of staring at the seat ahead.
And who else is with you? Who else is with this dwarf?
Yeah, he wouldn't be very. He would be probably only like 2 seats away from the other guy, from the liaison,
Who else is here though? I forgot. Is it? I know Seth said it, but I didn't.
the
hear it.
steampunk man.
Oh, the steampunk man. Right. We are supposed to meet a steampunk man. So I walk up to, I guess fuck, I don't know, like in between you guys. I guess I just walk up and say, hi, and just sit down.
I trail behind. I say absolutely nothing and stare at the wall.
I picture you're just standing in the middle of the audience awkwardly. Just like it's one, these are those bleacher seats that like flip up. You're just can't quite fit.
Oh my god.
Messing with the bleacher seat for a few moments. The steampunk man was actually a description that's who you thought you were supposed to meet, but you see
Oh.
this dwarf instead.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
it's it's just him. Okay.
It's
You
just
just
him.
see this dwarf that doesn't look like he at all belongs in the fifth house.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah, and he would be
So-
like in the middle row. If it's just me, he would just be in the middle row, in the very middle of the row.
Yeah.
So I guess I just, hi.
And you're supposed to be.
My name is Celis. My name is Thelis. I'm here from Orcafor to talk about something. I kind of got bored after he was talking, so he talked a lot.
Okafor sending me a child.
I'll have you know that I'm actually 10 and a half, so we're getting there.
He leans in closer. He leans in closer to your face.
We're getting there.
Sending me a child.
Yeah, yes, and this child is very hungry. So are we getting food?
No. If you
Why not?
wanted food, you should have got that on your own.
Well, he told me to be here by 1.
Well, I guess that's your problem then, isn't it?
I don't have problems. I'm a child. Childs theoretically don't have problems in this world unless you're. I mean, you're not supposed to. I mean, you can.
Great.
I don't know what I'm supposed to talk to you about.
The kid who's been teleported across the world lost his family. I mean, he has no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
I have no problems.
What is it?
Where's what?
He probably gave you a letter, didn't he?
Oh! He gets in this thing and he's like, oh yeah. And he gets in his thing. He looks in the bag of holding. He says, slave? I don't have the letter. Do you have the letter?
Of course, I have the letter. I had to
Perfect.
keep it because you are frail and stupid.
I am not stupid. Stupid's a mean word. You can't use stupid.
Apologies. Limited.
That's fine. I'll take that one.
And I reach for
I'm
the
kinda rude.
big bag on my back and take out a letter and hand it to the dwarf.
Still kind of rude.
Farum is already working out that humans need destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys seen Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
it.
good
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, that response reminded me of that.
Guttled takes the letter, opens it, reads it. Well, if that isn't impressive. A little feck shite like you.
Hello. You look down and he's like playing with like a wooden horse, like what? Oh, yeah, what? Did you say feck shite?
A
that a
toy.
Yes,
Right.
feck
I think it
shite.
Is there a word? Like, if I look it up in the dictionary, am I gonna find it?
Go ahead. I don't care if you find it or not.
But what if I?
If you don't find it, put it in for me. Why don't you?
Well, that goes. There's a lot of things that goes into putting words into the dictionary. I'll have you know. You have to go through a lot of processes.
Kid, there's no word that can describe how little I care.
Actually, there is a word that can describe how little you care. Loathing. I have to think of some. Hang on.
Apathy,
Apathy. Apathy's a good one. Good job, slave.
gratitude, indifference.
Indifference.
Seth, what does this letter that we have spontaneously made up on the spot say?
Thank you. Okay, so this is a letter from Oracle to Anton. Right? This is a letter from the kid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is a letter from the kid. All right. So it is simple and sweet. Is simple and sweet. Do either of you speak Gnomish?
Fuck no.
Nope.
Wait.
Okay. Then
Wait. Hang on. Hang on. Speak
if
Gnomish.
speak or read Gnomish,
Oh,
yes.
hang on. Let me see if I read Gnomish. This changes everything. I have to check my invocations. Oh no, no, I don't.
He doesn't have the special eyes.
I'm gonna have to work on that.
Okay, so I would like you to roll me a investigation check, Mr. Thelis,
Oh shit.
to see what you remember.
Can I help?
Nice.
That?
Nice.
About what I expected. Um,
I have guidance on.
they're
What the
cousins. It's some sort of apology. You're not sure what it's about.
He said something about an apology, and yeah, honestly, I don't remember. I don't know anything. I literally was not paying attention at all to what Orcafor said to me. He just kind of handed me a piece of paper and said, "Go to this address."
Was I present when this happened? Can I try?
Probably.
Roll and then
Searching database, data not found.
let's say like you were there for the first half of the conversation, and then Thelis sent you to go get a sandwich.
Oh no!
You missed the second half of the conversation.
Okay,
So
Chef Vito.
so and then by that point when you came back, you know Thelis was told something very important and you were hoping the letter explained it, and now it's written in Gnomish. Do you speak Gnomish?
No, but do speak Celestial if it helps.
Not in this case.
Well,
Not in this case.
well, shit.
It's
That's
like
awesome.
literally like one sentence. It's very obvious. It's very short. Other
If
than that,
comprehend languages would work, then we could try
you
that.
comprehend languages. You could do, yeah. Comprehend languages, 100% would work.
All right. Let's
So
do that.
he can read the note.
He can read.
Oh man.
So he pulls out some some soot and salt, and smashes them together, and his hand waves over them, and the words to him turn into whatever language is easiest for him to read. And Ferrum reads, "My cousin, I apologize for stealing her."
My cousin, I apologize for stealing her. That sentence is illogical. You cannot steal a person.
Hold on a minute, Bucko. You can. I've seen it happen. Real time.
Slave.
My head slowly turns to you. You can.
You can. My dad was a mean man. Not a nice guy.
Isn't that weirdly fucked up?
That's how the world runs.
Is it fucked up that my dad's a mean man or that he has slaves? Or are you talking about how you're my slave, but I'm not your dad?
I must compute this.
I also imagine Thelis, his understanding of slave is like very immature too. It's like
He's a
he
child.
doesn't, it's like a slave is someone who follows you around and does your bidding. He doesn't understand the aspect that they don't necessarily do it. They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like that. It's
Yeah.
like it's a bet that they've been forced to be in this position, and if
Because
they
that's
don't, then they'll die. Like
probably why he just keeps screaming slave at this thing. Like, he's like, I see my dad's trying to
Yeah,
slave
well,
at people,
I
and they
mean,
just follow him around.
yeah, and they just listen.
really, child reactivated me somehow, and now I'm falling out of
But I
gratitude.
guess,
Child is
but I
frail.
guess my previous statement means that he kind of does. He just hasn't put it together yet.
Well, Warforged are made from shield guardians from a wizard creation. So there is this like slight essence that you think he's your master. We can story-wise eventually find a break from this if we want, but
My,
but I think it's
yes, you can steal people.
yes.
He knows you can steal people. He doesn't know why, but he'll find out eventually. I love children. I hate children.
Same to both.
Great.
Love and hate.
So that's how it's gonna be then. Fine. And he stands up, looks at the Warforged, and says, "And what the fuck are you supposed to be?"
Please clarify.
What in the fuck are you supposed to be?
Date of production unknown. Name of creator unknown. Purpose unknown.
So you're fucking insane.
Only remaining data left. The designated name. Ferrum Stahlherz.
He's a robot.
It.
Duh.
What in the fuck is a robot?
A robot. You know, he goes beep boop beep 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 beep. Sometimes he beeps more than he boops.
I do not beep or boop.
You've seen constructs before where you grew up from.
Ellis points at you and starts laughing because you just beeped and booped, idiot.
But I can do this.
I don't think you've ever seen constructs that are this self-aware though.
And then a little record that comes out of my shoulder.
Stella starts breaking out in obscure laughter because you say, I do not beep, I do not boop. And he says, you just beeped and booped.
Yeah, I think though, like, from where he's from, they don't call it a robot. That's for sure.
What do they call it? Slave.
Constructs.
A construct? Oh, well, he would know what a construct is. He's smart enough to know what a construct is. He would say, yeah. He's a construct. I make constructs all the time.
Right. Well, this is wonderful. Running fucking errands with a goddamn child. And whatever that
The
is.
child is fine. You don't have to say goddamn every time.
Listen, kid. I don't even like being in this city. Circumstances prevent me otherwise. So I'll say whatever the feck I want. Now come on. Don't drag behind. And he'll start walking out of the walking into the aisles to leave the opera house to make his way over to the fifth house.
Are we supposed to leave? So I guess he like follows you. I don't know where to go. Like,
How slow are you? Or
How
how fast are you?
how fast am I?
Yes, because you're a child. Children are not very fast sometimes.
I have a 30 move speed.
Okay.
I'm pretty fast.
He's pretty fast.
Just gotta run off.
He's got those long elven legs, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, but this stout dwarf is moving very much faster. Like he'll stop like while they're walking because he has a 40 move speed. So while they're walking, just every now and then he'll turn around to see the child is not exactly keeping good pace unless like the child is dashing to keep up.
The child is not dashing. What you do see is this I'm kind of like riding on top of like a fireball, I guess, like kind of, or like a cloud or something. Like, hey.
Just summon a fucking nimbus.
Yeah, it's something to Nimbus, bro. Just,
I also randomly begin flying.
yeah, just gotta. I just yell Nimbus. Use this
Well, just yeah. So every
speed.
now and then, uh, this dwarf has to turn around, watching this child and construct, and has to yell out, "Pick up the pace! I'm not gonna go any slower for you.
Well, the clouds can only move as fast as the clouds want to move.
Do you think I'll give a feck of a shite about that?"
He doesn't understand Cloud. Don't worry about him. It's fine. It's okay.
I have concluded this small man is very fond of these facts and these shites.
He loves Beck and Shite. I'm gonna write those down and ask Orcafor what they mean, because I don't think those are real words.
Uh-oh.
Seth, what the fuck are you
A
doing?
lot of D12s being
A
rolled.
lot of D12 plus 3s.
Oh, like this.
I'm just making a wolf. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, just making a wolf, are we now?
Make it whole.
Oh, he's just making himself a wee little wolf. That's all.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. So
I
yeah, I guess
prefer
we end
it.
up at the fifth house at some point.
And I imagine it's probably not like the front door. It's definitely like this back entrance. After like you have to go down an alleyway, you know, take a left here or right there.
Three different elevators.
Yeah.
Okay, that go down. The first one's like just like a floor. The second one is like more not really an elevator, it's more like a train you get in. And then the third one goes down like you're in it like a minute. It's a while.
The entire time the dwarf just isn't saying anything.
Awkward silence for
I'm just petting
you're
my
not
dog.
that far away from it either. Like you guys, it's like a 5-10 minute walk, and then you're like almost in the elevators going down the steps just as long as you took the walk to
The whole time we're in the elevator, I'm just petting my Cloud like a dog.
and the fifth house. Why not do a quick recap? Multiple alchemic labs and offices are woven into the structure, which include this banking system that's kind of one of their bigger profits from the city. Sitting alongside luxury quarters for aristocrats and nobles that are visiting. They have some taverns and hotels, basically. And you guys have been here for a couple months. You would know of the rumors of them, the fifth house. You being loosely responsible for the ghoul thing that attacked the city. Like the whole city was involved in that, and that was when Adira died. Was during that kind of rise up of ghouls. So there's that.
Hmm. He would when the elevator reached its destination and they got out, he would definitely have said, "Touch nothing if you want to stay alive."
I promise. I
You
will not
guys,
touch a single thing.
you guys have never been in a cleaner place before. It probably makes Thelis very uncomfortable because clean is odd to you.
I mean, it's got to be clean. I mean, this is dangerous shit we're dealing with here. One wrong alchemical reaction and boom, whole place goes up in flames.
I'm looking at everything. Like, oh, what is that? What's that?
Don't know.
Unknown.
What's that?
Don't
Unknown.
know.
What's that?
Unknown.
Just looking at everything. Like, is there anything in here that I can like look at and be like, ooh? Can I just-
As for what?
As like, do I see anything that's cool?
Do you see anything that's cool? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, if you're looking for, what are you looking for? Okay.
Something that a child would, a nerdy child, like who does magic would look and be like, oh, that's cool. See, like, what's that?
Hmm.
Think of child in museum. Now think of coolest thing in museum that child could be looking at.
Okay.
What is
This is like, okay. This is like a museum meets a crazy laboratory meets a crazy observatory meets
torture device?
like a prison. Yeah. Like there's like weird creatures in cages. There's apparatuses bubbling and boiling with different liquids of different viscosities and colors, and then you either is I don't know, like there's a couple like restraining bolts for like people of various sizes. There's no one in them, but like that connect to tubes and things that might make you slightly uncomfortable.
No, you see Thelis get up against it, like up against the board, and he's like, no, no. Then he like runs back off and does some other shit.
There's along the shelves so many different vials of things as you go from room into the room to room. It's kind of like a weird I'm sure there's some rhyme or reason that you guys can't figure out at this point, but like each room is just littered with things. It's all clean and it's all put on a shelf, but nothing's really labeled. By any means. And then there's probably eventually you would see a handful of various races. It's probably if you want to roll some D37s, you can. But
Yeah, let's go. D37.
Hell yeah!
like the fifth house is one of the houses that they don't give a shit about racial ties. So.
Let's go.
We're not here to be picky. Oh.
I have 37 HP. I just realized that. Oh my god. It was meant to be.
It was meant
This
to
character
be.
was meant to roll hella D37, Seth.
God
You're so
damn
good.
it.
He's a chaotic neutral child with 37 HP.
Yeah, I
D37
just have a nice fair 100 HP on you.
I have 14 hit dice, by the way. I don't need those 14 hit dice, but I have them.
You'll be fine.
You just
Well,
need like
minus is when you roll anyways.
It is a minus. I could lose
It is
HP.
around. Well, we got two 17s. Okay, fuck. What's up with that shit?
Small child, you better not leave my protective aura.
Oh my god.
Okay, where's the right page? All right, so 17s Our Animaesus.
What is he?
And the 33 is also an Animaesus. Okay. 17. Funny. 33. They are very. I. I picture these workers are like grunt workers that have probably been lobotomized or something. Look like they have been experimented on. Like they have scar marks on their head and body and stuff like that. There's two melon irony, which are badgermen. That's 17. And the 33 is um imagine if a hedgehog and a porcupine had a baby,
Oh
Sonic?
God.
but it's an Animaesus.
Sonic?
Yeah, 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 but not blue. Like normal, like natural color, like brown, black color. He's about as big as the dwarf. Like not as big build wise, but about the same height. And they're just grunt workers, and it's obviously this quillback they're called colloquially. That's what the common people call them. They he's kind of in charge, getting the other two that are a little more duncy to like pick up things and move things as you guys trail through this hallway and past these couple storage and laboratory rooms, down another hallway, make a left, make a right. Where are we going?
We are going to a very particular room that I would think would be. It's got to be a room that Garult has done some work on himself with for his condition. Uh and that's generally where he would also do his meetings as well. His negotiations for like, okay, what's this next job? What do you want? What am I getting out of it? Type shit.
Okay. I imagine you guys go down some steps into like some dormitory living area, like stone structure, earth. Very dwarven in creation. And there's probably a half dozen or so rooms, and maybe two or three of them are currently occupied. And at the end of the hallway, there's a kind of pulley system ladderway that connects to one of the laboratories that's just up the one floor above that you can probably use, and then there that you kind of go up and down from you if you don't want to use the stairs. And then there's this, have this little living area, kind of little seat spot, and it is cramped not for the kid, but the Warforged is cramped. It's obviously made for a dwarf. But Warforged, there's something in your programming that just like seems to understand it, and you like shrink down just a tiny bit.
I can just do that?
Just a tiny bit. You don't feel too cramped. Like it feels cramped at first, but then there's just something that like takes over, and you are still bigger than a dwarf, but you're able to fit in without feeling awkward. You're just like you're so you're
So
you may have been lived at dwarves at some point.
Oh, backstory tidbits. Nice.
Is this where you live?
no.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I was gonna say that would explain why you're so stinky.
And he would
That is
tell the
rude.
two, just wait here. And again, touch nothing.
Repetition is unnecessary.
I promise.
Do you know?
I promise.
I picture Othello sitting on his hands.
I mean, there's no way I remotely could even hit a 27.
I promise. Yeah, I'm like sitting on my hands. My staff is. I am not holding my staff. My staff is just standing up. By the way.
And
You can still have doubts about believing him, but you believe him.
oh, I highly doubt it, but I'll trust him, I guess. And he's going to leave the room to find someone who's clearly someone who's not technically an intern, but basically has like an intern status. Like someone tells them what to do, they better go fucking do it. So he finds that person and says, would say to them, "Find me Anton. Tell him we need to talk. Got his letter for him."
There is this small little. Someone roll me a D37.
I'll do it. It's me. I was destined to do it. Let's go.
What is it?
Roll of a D37. 17, 18.
Yeah, 18. Okay, it's Animaesus still. That's 10. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 18. Okay. You find a tiny little hummingbird person that's using obviously summoning some produced flame, almost like a weld torch, in this like laboratory area, and they buzz at you in a very high pitched voice in Sylvan. You believe you've been around it enough for them to understand that it means yes, and it goes through the tunnel system through the ventilation, and Anton should be here within the hour.
And then you head back to the room.
Mm.
I will tell you the first thing. As soon as he leaves the room, Fellas just jumps up and he's like, "I'm gonna touch everything." Starts finding like the sharp objects and like look at them. Ooh. Like throwing them. Ooh.
The big metal man just behind him all the time, stopping him from doing that.
It's like, this one's sharp.
Do not touch.
How
I am the
long does
great
he have?
elven duelist.
How long does he have to touch things? Like it probably wouldn't be like just a few minutes.
Like a few minutes, yeah, like no more than 3 minutes tops.
Is there a check he can do to see how many things he touches?
I will. Yeah, let's do a sleight of hand.
Can I do an athletics check?
Do you want me to do a sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, yes.
Let's go.
Oh my god!
You're fucking well.
And then roll an athletics check. You got to beat a 22 if you want.
Oh no!
Okay, so you end up getting the things back to where they look like 20% back where they should be.
20%.
That's like most of them are like a few inches off or like knocked over because he's just going so quickly. And I just picture Thelis with like his little 2 forefingers, just like this. I
still have my cloud active, dude. I'm like, meet this one.
So-
I don't know how much is in like this in this room. It's kind of like a common room I picture, not exactly like where.
I've picked up one of those like long like medical syringes, and I'm like holding it at you, like my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Like, it's like,
So when
That's when you come in.
yeah, so Garul
are you
comes
the
in.
fifth finger man? Like, sorry.
He sees that, and his face flares up as he yells out, "I told you to touch nothing!" And he like runs up and he grabs um Felis's arm very, very tightly.
Ow.
And he starts looking Felis over completely, looking for any potential cuts or insertions, just anything odd.
When
And
you grab the little guy, that's where I get a little bit hostile and draw my sword and shield and get
Oh
a
my
little
god.
closer. Hostility detected. Release the child at once.
I'll release the damn child. But I'll make sure he's fine.
Do I know what he's talking about? Can I roll like a thing to know what he's talking about?
Rolling insights.
Insight? What's it?
Insight.
Inside?
I don't know shit. Ow.
I know everything.
Okay.
As he's
Eh.
being like,
You
I like pull away from you. Eh.
Harem notices that despite the grip on the child's forearm, the dwarf is looking around and behind him, and you look at some of the things he's holding, and you don't necessarily understand all that they do, but you could understand the danger from them. You don't know what half of this shit is that are in these vials and things like that. So you at least put that idea together that he's not trying to hurt the child. He's trying, like he is actually trying to like verify. And then you look at the thing. You then kind of figure out the thing that he's playing around as a mustache is like a what's the word? An IV is basically what it is, like an old school IV.
Okay. Well, when I figure that shit out, it's time to stow my stuff again and let the angry dwarf do his angry dwarf thing.
and I imagine it's not really all that difficult. Like, I don't think I would need to do a check for it. But like,
To overpower
sees
me? No.
to see that the child didn't hurt himself, didn't cut himself, didn't stab himself with anything.
No, I'm gonna say with that 22 sleight of hand, he looks fine, but he is being a dumb little kid.
Yeah, so he will take the shit out of his hand and start putting things back. And the only thing he'll say to that is, touch something again, and the worst you'll have to deal with is a quick death.
He just looks at you like hella disappointed, like sits down on the bed. It's like, man.
Do not pout.
He's being mean. I only touched one thing.
You were not supposed to touch, and you have touched approximately 37 things.
It was only one.
No.
You need to check your
37.
Rolodex. You can't count. He just sits there.
Flashback to 2 minutes ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6. 37, everyone.
This one,
Let's
this one,
count
this one,
together.
this one, this one.
During this waiting period, as Garul is putting everything back where it was, He then goes into a drawer and pulls out this like um this leather wrapping that's like rolled up, puts it on top of a table, unfurls it, and there will be like these different ingredients, different like plants uh on it that are also kind of wrapped up themselves, as well as a vial of blood here, uh like a few vials of blood, and I'll start like mixing them together very, very slowly, very tentatively. And then eventually, like once he has the plants grounded up in like a fine little dust inside of a bowl, he drips the blood in it as well, mixes that in together, and then like really pastes it to the point where it's net like it's not thick. Like he's like thinning it out with how he's doing it so that it can flow more easily. And then he takes one of the syringes and fills it with the blood, with the mixture before he injects it into his arm. And then takes a deep breath. Then starts carefully putting everything back the way that it was. And then just sits on the floor and begins to meditate. And as he meditates, there's this warm aura that surrounds him.
You got it.
Can I try to analyze what just happened?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right. What's gonna be done? Insight, perception, investigation. What you want?
Perception.
Sweet.
You see what you see. There's nothing necessarily too complicated. I don't know. Like I don't know unless you have a question about it.
Yeah, just so in character can learn or try to learn what the dwarf just did.
Hmm. Um. How do I write this? This is a ancient magic that connects to something you remember from years ago, which you don't have too many memories of these things. Dwarves had a more ancient connection to things beforehand. And you think that has something to do with this? You'd have to find a place to research some of these symbols that he has on him. But you definitely see them as like dwarven runes for the most part, like dwarven symbols. Dwarven like recognize that as just ancient dwarf.
Ancient dwarfish. Then I'm just gonna ask straight out. Say, it appears you have performed an ancient dwarvish ritual. Might I ask what precisely you did?
The dwarves were not the first to do it. They weren't the last either.
Or I seem to remember that it is of dwarven origin. Is that not true?
Most of it is. Part of it isn't.
An amalgamation of sorts, then.
Magic is an amalgamation. It always was, and it always will be.
That is correct. The primal and arcane currents flow and intertwine at all times.
I have no need of telling you who I am. So
I
let's
did
keep.
not ask who you are. I have asked about the ritual.
And the ritual is part of me.
Ritual schmitual, you guys suck. Shut up.
Then say so in the first place.
You guys are boring. Do you guys have any like books to read or like
No.
things that I can touch? Because honestly, this place sucks.
You got games on your phone?
Yeah, you got games on your phone.
Good games you for, bro.
A knock comes on the doorway. There's not like a door in this area. It's just like sounds like metal clanking on the stone.
Who is it?
Yes.
What comes in first is a small floating dagger that the hilt has eyes and a mouth where the pommel is. And it comes into their room, and after a few moments, a small gnome trails behind it. This gnome is in simple traveler's clothes. And he has a ring, multiple rings on his hands, a odd-looking sword on his hip, a cloak made of a strange hide of some beast that trails across dark black, and obviously some sort of bag on his hip, presumably a bag of holding. As Anton comes in the room, he takes a seat kind of casually, crisscross applesauce on the ground, and kind of looks around. The dagger kind of floats around him. Eventually finds rest, like blade tipped down against the stone, and the little. Additionally, on his fists, he has these weird gloves that, like, gyrate and gyros and things are moving on him all the time as he moves his hands and grasp onto things. And there's these little, like, spine things around his wrists that are connected to him that's a rod. But You notice him more as he sits.
Whoa. That guy's got a floating knife. He like looks at like he's like punching Ferrum. Ferrum, look, he's got a floating knife.
I can see that.
Floating knife. So cool.
Guttled stands and reaches into his pouch, pulling out the letter, and he'll hold it up, but doesn't yet give it to Anton for saying,
No. I believe we both know how our deals normally are arranged. I get something for you, and you get something for me.
Well, what do you want?
I need more of.
and he looks at the child and the construct before looking back, saying,
Special blood. If you know what I mean.
Oh. Can I roll another insight check? Can I roll Arcana?
Arcana makes more sense. Yeah.
Let's go. I'm gonna get your ass this time. Fuck. I'm a child.
a child.
I need to read more.
You're still too new to this world.
I
Give
need
him 2 more summers before he can learn about this crazy blood.
Son of a bitch.
The
Why is the blood special? Why is it
the
special?
little floating
I gotta know.
knife dagger thing spins around, and he at the same time reaches into his bag of holding, and he very deftly after that removes one of his glove apparatus things, presses this weird button, and this most of the metallic spiky spines thing like release off of it, and then he starts to in front of you uh he starts to um mix these things like together and like kind of make something, and then he uh hands it to Garul, and he's like, you just need to add a little bit of your own, and this should solidify the mixture for another 48 hours.
As long as it keeps it under control, it'll be
The-
fine.
This will give me time to find another solution while we solve my cousin's. The letter, please.
Guttled hands out the letter while holding out his other hand to take the vial.
Takes the letter. Reluctantly, but there's still a sense of urgency behind each slow movement. He opens the letter, and this elderly gnome in his 300th year, easily, reads the quick words in a odd, confused smile, little bit of a smile, odd, confused smile on his face. Kind of comes up and he's like, um, I wasn't. Well, it seems all is forgiven in a way. We need to make a little bit more open movement about thing, which I know, Garuld, is not your specialty. So the new edition perhaps can help us.
I was a child going to help.
What are you talking about?
Little one, are you at all? You seem to have a cherubim face.
Call me little.
Do you?
You're just smaller than me.
I think maybe that could work as. We need your voice. We need a new voice, an innocent voice to speak for us, and maybe we can get us out of this corner the 12th House has put us in. But we need some cleanup at the same time, so maybe Big Boy and you, Garode, can assist with that.
You know,
I don't think Okafor will be too upset by these things based upon his words here.
Oh, can I?
Clarification. You asked for us to remove some meat bags?
I'm starting to think back on what Orcifer might have said. I'm a little confused at the moment. I think trying to think back again on what he said was gonna happen. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Am I supposed to help them now? I know we're supposed to come to some agreement, but I thought it was just to give the robot back.
No. The robot is yours. By this point, I would have thought the Queen would have used it as subsistence for the artifacts that had escaped. I assume that's what happened to it, but seeing it now.
Oh yeah, I found it under a pile of bodies. It was just chilling. It was in its own like little thing.
So, Construct, did you destroy these bodies yourself, or were they?
Oh no, I turned him on.
Ah, well, that's good. Well, no. He clearly says by his directions here that you need to come with me, so we can solve, and I can use a little bit help with the other houses. Your face, your voice, also some sort of prodigy. My spells are limited to the aspect of mass wink wink he does manipulation.
Oh. I mean, I just like to summon buddies, pretty much.
Buddies.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's something. Nonetheless, um I would like you all roll an insight check.
On baby.
Oof.
Come on, baby. Oh. Little kid.
Can I give the little guy a bardic inspiration and help with
Little
that?
kid.
The kid just is having issues, He's
Yeah,
having
having a
issues.
great time.
It's a kid, so you don't know.
Yeah, I'm a
You're
kid.
just confused.
He's
What is this about? Okay, so yeah. Anton here is in a pickle. And there is a fall guy he has found for the pickle he's in. That's the general gist. So what you're getting here is the kid was down there. This thing belonged to him. Instead of he's going to try to spin the story to blame the kid as the responsible one because he found this fifth house thing and he manipulated it. He's gonna spin the shit out of it. This is me spitballing. This is what happens when I have to improv.
Nice.
So,
Hey, we saw what happened last time. You improved.
Anton obviously doesn't trust Orcafor 100% that this is a true forgiveness. He's expecting some sort of but Thelis and Ferrum who were there, Orcafor understands that this city will crumble without the fifth house. It's not like it's one of the most needed houses for just what the fuck you've been doing to the Terrasse for the last 250 years. So, Anton just whipped up a concoction to cure a crazy thing for.
So just to brain clarify. So
He doesn't trust this relationship, so he's gonna try to bring you in to manipulate the kid to his side. Because the kid is obviously this prodigy that's important to Orcafor.
okay, so he's not
He doesn't really give a shit about Ferrum by this point. Ferrum is like he's bonded to the kid, so now he needs to manipulate the kid. Like it's obvious that Anton knows what Ferrum is. 100%. Like Anton knows your entire history. Put it that way. With that F-15 insight, Anton knows your entire history. He knows exactly what you are. Who created you? Could have been him, maybe.
but
Shit.
he's not exactly trying to scapegoat the child in a way. He just wants
No, the child is a tool he could use. He now knows what the child is.
Okay.
Like Orcafor played his hand by revealing his apprentice.
Gotcha. Okay. Then
So he's gonna try to bring the kid in and basically kidnap the kid? Like not like make it so the kid believes he wants to go.
while
And then he has something he can manipulate Orcafor with instead of Orcafor being an obvious control right now of this situation.
okay, yeah. Then while Anton is talking, Garuld is he has another syringe, nice, clean, to take out some of his blood, and he mixes it with the special blood. Caps it, shakes it up a little bit, and puts it away in his sash, his pouch, and then he says,
Well, I hope you know that this will cost you even more. This isn't just hunting some random beast out in the middle of the forest. This isn't even delivering a letter. You're asking for a lot here, Anton. You truly got what it takes to pay.
Rolling dice.
"Not another D37."
No. And a different screen. Anton out of his bag of holding, after raising an eyebrow to you, he looks at both of you, looks at you again, then looks at the Warforged with the glowing red eyes. And he's like, that makes sense. And he pulls out first a somewhat translucent pink gemstone about the size of his fist. Hands it to Garhuld. And then he pulls out another one. Deep, deep red. Hands it to Farum. The kid, Tellus, you don't know what's going on right now.
Nope.
He just is handing them gemstones out of nowhere right
Wait
now.
a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. Wait. Can I roll some sort of insight check against this too?
Yeah, it's a different action.
And
Yeah.
take the extra D8.
Can I use perception instead? Like I've seen this shit happen a lot, probably. Of being a small little boy. Seeing goods exchanged. Like what is happening?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Oh.
Plus D8.
Plus the D8. Oh hell yeah. Hold on. Let's go.
That's
Power
kind of what you needed.
bones.
That's what you needed. You needed a 20. He
Hmm.
rolled a 20. So you they're exchanging a good, and you're like, what good? They haven't discussed anything, right? And then you like rewind your little brain to like the only thing they've discussed is you and like you coming with him. Oh shit, I'm being sold as a slave. Huh?
Oh, interesting.
But wait, who said I'm taking what I given?
Hang on 1 second.
That yeah, like this is this is like milliseconds of time happening here where you guys are figuring out these things. So like yeah.
1 round. Wait.
That'll
Huh? Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask him like, can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you may.
You guys have a bathroom?
Um,
I have to pee.
The kid needs to go to the bathroom. You
I
will
have
not
to pee.
decide a child
in a language you don't understand.
comprehend languages.
Uh,
I would be up.
Uh,
It's
It would
been
still
less than
be
an
up.
hour.
Yeah.
is it only like 10 minutes?
It lasts an hour.
Oh, it's an hour. Oh yeah, yeah, it's still up. Then Gnomish tells the homunculus to take the boy to the restroom, but keep him there.
No,
Distract him for a
hold the
minute.
fuck on. I'm
Wait. It's all good. It's like I'm like, I have to pee. So I'm gonna go pee whether you guys want to fight about it or not.
The little dagger floats in front of you. Its little eyeballs blink at you, and then it kind of like nudges in the direction of a room that obviously leads to some hallway to a
Say,
bathroom.
come slave, we have to go to the bathroom.
Yes, let us go to the bathroom.
Let us go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Go to the bathroom. Does the dagger come into the bathroom with me?
Yes.
Fucking
Can I
weirdo.
grab the dagger
Yeah, you grab the dagger.
and break the dagger?
Wait, just hold on to the dagger.
Oh yeah, just hold on to it.
Just hold on to it, and I'm gonna cast limited wish. I look at my staff and I say, I wish to cast teleportation circle. And then I go home. And then I just go home. Not dealing with this. I don't want to be a slave, man. I just leave. But I take the dagger with me. What's fun? Gotta go.
Wait,
It's
it has to be a casting time of one action.
It is 1 round, so is that different? That is different, right?
Teleportation circle, but you'd have to create it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Takes a second to draw it. Just draw it.
It also says it doesn't meet the requirements. I don't know if that applies for casting time as well.
I don't know, because it says requesting the effect of 1 spell that is 6th level or lower and has a casting time of 1 action. But it says 1
Yeah,
round.
this is
so
1
probably
round.
not. I
Oh,
don't think that's an action.
Yeah, that's not an action because
Hang
you can
on.
do multiple things in a round.
that's true.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
teleportation circle takes a minute.
Takes a minute. Huh. So how do we leave? We just leave.
Um, Suggestion. I can use the spell Dimension Door.
Oh, you just take us?
Fly us out of here.
Yeah, you could do that too. So we just dip. Like, bye.
Just fucking dip. I'm not selling this good. He's gonna die out there.
Hey, but what if the dagger tries to like? Oh, hang on. I have an idea. Is it like watching me go to the bathroom though?
No, it's in the bathroom.
I am going to. Huh. Is there like? Do we still have that piece of paper that like we wrote the note on? Like the letter? Or
Yeah.
we give it away.
Well, no, Anton has a.
How would I write a message and then put it in a box and then send that box UPS back to Orcafor? If only there was some way to put a message in a box.
There's like
There's
magic.
a sending spell.
There's multiple weird spells that kind of do that. Magic jar.
For
I just have
convenience.
to. Is
I
there a
have-
way that I can write like on something? I don't know. Like
If you need the sending spell, I got you covered.
I don't think I have sending spell.
I do.
But you
I
have
do.
limited wish.
I do have limited wish
Which you could use that to do sending.
to do sending. Okay, I think I'll do that. That's fine. And I
Okay.
will just yeah.
What do you have 25 words. What do you say to work for?
Send to Orcafor. I'll say, Master, I think I am being sold as a slave to Anton at Fifth House somewhere. Goodbye. Trying to escape. So be like goodbye. So be like trying to escape. Goodbye. I think that's all I need. Actually,
Short, concise, pretty sweet.
Just in case I'm giving you this while you do all that stuff.
Then he didn't forgive me. Be safe.
hell yeah.
While they're in the bathroom
I come
doing
back. I
that,
come out of the bathroom.
while like just after they left, Gold would be holding the gem, knowing the implications of it, saying,
Ah, now you see, maybe if it were some dumb animal, sure. But you're not dealing with an animal,
Nice.
are you?
No, but it's obviously, huh. I would think from where you grew up from, this wouldn't be so much of an issue. At least from
Right.
what I've heard. I talked to a young dwarf recently who told me a little bit about your childhood. Not specific, of course. I had no specifics, but that is just not exactly what I expected.
Understand this. I didn't say that. I had a problem. It's just when you go on negotiating someone else's life, you gotta make sure they're in on it too. Some people don't take kindly to deals being made about themselves.
Well,
I'll do
I
it.
will leave it. Well, we don't exactly. If we feel this is a bad play at the moment, I'm not exactly sure. I'm just hoping to get a little pull from Orcafor to. An apology is all well and fine, but that does not help me with the first, second, or fourth house.
This. This is why I left the fucking dwarves. But fine. Circumstances are unfortunate for the both of us.
And he'll pocket the gem.
But understand this. If that child ain't up for it, I'm not risking my life to bring him in. Got it?
He just nods.
Little record
I'm
player.
back. Did I miss anything?
Congratulations, kid. You've just found yourselves being a brand new liaison.
Sweet.
And what does that mean?
Means it means we got a job. Kind of.
Yes, but it will need some assistance.
Great. More people. Who? From where? What house?
We should play this in a neutral card as possible, but I wonder if Orcafor will have a suggestion as well. Maybe solidify.
I could go ask him.
No, not a bad plan. I think that would be a good way to reconnect. Um,
If you deem it necessary, I am capable of sending an instantaneous message right away, although it is limited to 25 words.
well,
Or we could just go see him. Tell him to go see him.
not you can deliver the message for me. I need to um have another meeting.
Then we shall take our leave.
Then we shall take our leave. What he said.
And we rocket boots it out of there.
And we walk away. Let's go. We escape.
Okay.
Wait, is the door? Are you coming with us?
The feck do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Yes. I knew it.
Karulf looks at Anton.
Are you hungry? Because I'm hungry. I'm starving.
I do not require sustenance.
He looks
So
at
I don't get sustenance.
Food. Food.
Karulf
We're
looks at
learning.
Anton and just says,
Remember, don't break the deal.
and proceeds to lead the two back out the way they came and back onto the streets of Beast Crown.
I think that's where we will end it for today.